feeling? Like, you must be thrilled still off the back of that game the other night.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to be back in Perth. It's been a little while, and knowing that we got, I think, 9 games here at RIC, feels good. But yeah, it's also good to see family as well. So I'm taking it one day at a time, but I'm ecstatic on the inside.
There's always a risk. You do the hard work of the away, and then you go, oh, phew, we've take a deep breath, and you realise you're at home with the advantage. Are you focusing on not mucking up your good work away by relaxing and thinking home court will just do it for you?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, our mindset is basically the work is never done. We did a good job for the most part on the road, but what's done is done, and we have to flush that. And now we have to focus on making sure we capitalize as best we can with this home stretch we have.
What sort of reaction do you expect from New Zealand after their disappointment the other night?
Uh, Probably the same intensity. I mean, the game was very back and forth. They did a good job of clawing themselves back into the game. I think when we got off to a decent lead, some players got hot, but we usually have a good game anytime we play New Zealand anyway, so we don't expect anything less. It's always back and forth.
And does winning a game in that fashion, like you did against New Zealand, give the team a bit of a boost and some momentum heading into the next few games?
No, not really. As long as we get the win. Brisbane was an ugly win, and then even going into the New Zealand game, it was such back and forth. And for us to just get the last of, I guess, some of the lucky shots, we're happy to win on that result. But it is what it is, and we have to have short memory, though.
Do you consider them lucky shots, do you?
I mean, I guess what do they say? The harder you work, the luckier you get. So I guess I'd live by that code a little bit.
Your ability to perform in overtime specifically is remarkable. Wade produced that stat the other day showing how many points you score compared to everyone else in the history of the league. What is it about overtime that you are able to produce your best consistently in such a high physical challenge and the mental challenge of the scoreboard as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just one of those things that happens. You're so locked into the game and the will to win, just doing whatever. But I guess after the fact, you don't realize how back and forth or how much you were in a zone until the game is done and you go back and watch film. But um, yeah, I never thought of it. I thought I'd play the same way in overtime as I do the first 4 quarters.
So your fitness, you've always worked really hard and wanted to play as much as possible. Do you think that could be contributing to it? The fact that you are on court more than most players already, so the extra five probably becomes conditioned for you.
Yeah, that could be it. I'm not sure, but I know every offseason I do everything I can to put my body in the best position possible to be able to withstand stuff like that, whether it's playing close to 40 minutes of a regulation game or having to go into overtime. I trust my body and the work that I put in, so I think my body can handle it, and it's done that so far.
And what do you think it's going to be like playing at 50% capacity crowds? Do you expect it to feel any different?
No, not really. I mean, it's just gonna be good to be back in the environment after playing on the road for 2 months, maybe two and a half, whatever it was. Just being in front of anybody cheering for us is good. And even when we played New Zealand, we just had no crowd right now, so it's all basically uphill for us. So I don't really look at it as a disadvantage or anything.